the sesame seeds paste. So similar to peanut butter or almond butter, this is sesame seed butter. All right, and this is very common in Mediterranean and Israeli cuisine, and we use it a lot. Israelis are obsessed with tahini. We eat it with everything. So even savory things like a tahini sauce with yogurt or with hummus, but also in sweets. And this is what we're going to do today with the cookies, okay? All right. So the first step is, I'm going to have it here. Our butter should be really, really soft. I have it really soft, like I left it outside for a few hours now, just so that we can do it quickly. And so all the butter goes in. All right. I have the thing all the way to the rim. And so this is 1 cup. And then I'm adding vanilla powder. It's great to use instead of a vanilla, the liquid type, or there's a paste as well, which is pretty good. A little bit of salt as well. And then we're going to start whisking that together. All right, since my butter was so soft, that was super quick. And now I'm gonna add the tahini. And before that, just gonna remove all the sugar butter from the sides. All right, so I'm adding 1 cup of the tahini.
Yes, 1 cup.
In there. And then I'm going to incorporate that as well. All right, now that it's all incorporated, next thing is to do the dry stuff. So we have 2.5 cups of flour, but I'm going to measure it with a little scale because it's easier. You can weigh by the volume as well. It's 350 grams, which is 2.5 cups. And then baking powder. Somewhere good, so I don't know where it is. So 2 teaspoons of that. 1 and 2. And then I'm gonna use a little sifter. If you have a flour sifter, that's good too, just to get rid of the big chunks if there are any. So as you can see, there's not that many ingredients to that cookie. It's super simple. It cooks super fast, under 10 minutes for me. But it's very delicious and very tahini strong. So I'm gonna put it all back in the mixer. And now, the important thing to do right now is not to overmix. Since it's a cookie, it's not a bread. I'm gonna just mix it until it's incorporated, and then I'm gonna stop.
Okay.
Done. All right.
Well.
Now I'm gonna gather it all up and put it in the freezer or in the fridge if you have more time, but I'm just gonna put it in the freezer so it sets a little bit before I put it in the oven. And also it's gonna be easier to shape it in nice little cookies if I have a little sausage out of it. So I'm gonna take some plastic wrap, put the rest of my dough in here. So they're gonna taste a lot like shortbread cookies, but very distinctive tahini flavor because I used a lot of tahini in this, and there's still little ingredients here that the tahini is gonna be very pronounced. Some people really kind of love that flavor. I'm a fan myself. Anyway, this came out a little bigger. That's fine. All right. And then when it's a sausage or squarish, close the edges and ready for the freezer or the fridge. I'm gonna put that one in the fridge. All right, so it's out, it's firmer, it's easy to handle. I'm gonna take a new cutting board to slice it and take it out of the part of the film. All right, you see that? All right, the cookies are almost done. I'm gonna take a knife and chop the end off, and then make a 1/2 inch cuts in the sausage. I don't know if you guys can see. And then arrange it on the baking sheet. They're gonna expand a little bit, but not that much. So the thing with the cookies, I really like tahini cookies, but I wasn't sure which recipe to go with. So I was experimenting with 3 different recipes, and then I sent a delivery for 10 of my Israeli friends to try them all and say what they thought was the best one. And this is the winning recipe. So this is very well tested. And I'm gonna decorate it with pistachio. But you can use, you can just do it plain, or you can use almonds or sesame seeds or walnuts or whatever garnish that you want. I'm gonna put it in the oven as soon as I do that. Now, if you're in a hurry, you don't have to put it in the fridge first or make the sausage. You can just take the dough as it forms and just make little bowls, and then just put it and press it a little bit on the baking sheet before you bake it, and it's going to be great as well. I just find it easier when it's cuttable and it also rests a little bit. So this is it. I'm going to put it in the oven for 9 to 12 minutes in the center rack. And I'm going to put a timer for 9 because I know mine are cooking pretty fast. The oven is set to 350, and the cookies are going to come out still kind of pale and soft and not dark at all. And I'm gonna wait till they're chilled before I move them, because if I move them when they're warm, they're gonna just be crumbling in your hands. So that's normal. Just wait for them to chill to room temperature, and then they're gonna firm up. So back to our section. All right, we're definitely done. I'm gonna put it here to simmer. You see how they're still very pale? Yep. Let me show you. So the cookies are done. Can you see? I'm not going to move them until they're chilled a little bit. So what I was going to say is that the cookies are great when they're chilled. I mean, right now, if I want to eat them in 10 minutes, or you can definitely store them in an airtight container and they'll be fine for about a week. And they're great as a cookie with tea for an afternoon, or with coffee in the morning. They're very kind of subtle and gentle with the flavor.
Can I ask you, I'm curious to know, is it possible to substitute the flour in the cookies if you want to make them gluten-free? I'm wondering if you could use almond meal or some other sort of gluten-free flour.
I don't think you can just trade the flour to almond flour. It's not going to work because it's almond meal. It's not actually flour.
Right.
And I would use, I think there's a gluten-free flour that works like flour. I think that would be my best bet. I don't know how to convert it exactly, because I'm not a gluten-free specialist.
That makes sense. Yeah, but I hear what you're saying, because the almond meal will be too oily. It won't be the same consistency.
Well, not because of that, because almond meal is not flour. It's not made of wheat, or I mean, it's not the same properties. It's like you can use a little bit of the almond flour, because almond meal in there, but it's not going to act like flour. So you have to find a flour to change. So it can be the gluten-free flour that you find like a substitute. That would work better. Okay. So, thank you. All right. Have a good night.
Good night.